5 key decisions. People said to us, what do you mean about separate selling an appointment from setting the appointment? This is simple, but it's hard. We, in our methodology, have designed 5 questions. 5 simple questions that qualify for an appointment. Now, what does this mean? It means that the individual that you want to set has to say yes 5 times. Now, here's a disease almost everyone that works for you has. The disease is they think if they go through the script or whatever else you ask them to say it, nobody stopped them. And nobody said no, that means yes. Okay, that does not mean yes. Yes means yes. Anything else means no. But they learned something, and they learned this cute little trick. The faster you go through these, if you don't actually pause and wait for an answer, they won't tell you no. That's a very old style of selling. It's kind of like the chicken nod, you know what I mean? You talk, it's this really nice kitchen, isn't it? You see how nice this would look in your house. A lot of makes and models, really nice, huh? And it's priced affordably. You ought to let us come out and do this for you. It's called the chicken nod. And you get people to agree to everything you're saying, never give them a chance to disagree, and then they get to the end, and you have really seduced them into something you never really asked their opinion. And then you wonder why they cancel by phone, or sending you a text, or sending you an email, or calling at 2 o'clock in the morning. Isn't that crazy? That never happened like 10, 15 years ago. And today you come in the morning, and there's voicemails. There's 4 or 5 voicemails. These people were what were they doing at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning? The answer was they were calling at a time when they knew you wouldn't answer the phone. And one of the reasons is you didn't give them a chance to tell the truth. You didn't give them a chance to give the opinion. So that's what this is all about. These are 5 questions. And the first question is that they agreeing to a price, that they have a problem. So the whole goal, when we stop you and we want to get you a price, that's the goal, is to get you to say, well, not now. I didn't expect to catch you on the day you were ready. And then we lead them into some questions. Once we've defined that they have a problem, all we want them to do is agree that we can give them a price. Now, understand, they don't know what that means. So they've said yes to a price. They don't know if you're going to do a drive-by. They don't know if you're going to estimate it on an iPad. They don't know if you're going to go by sending us an email. So that's what the next one is. The next one is, you heard Dave talking about blowing up the value of the visit. It's the agenda. You're really saying to the people, so the first thing I'm getting is a commitment that, yes, I have a problem. Yes, you can give me a price. Now, they don't know what that means yet. So now you're going to tell them, great, let me tell you the best way to proceed. And that's where we go through the agenda. You've heard us do it 3 times. You're going to hear us do it again. First thing we can do is send one of our foremen by, take a look at your bath, find out exactly what needs to be done there, and of course, to find out what you want. Now look, that's the value of the visit. Now, unless these people are not paying attention to you because they're either drunk or you're speaking so fast that, it's like they're talking to someone speaking a broken English. They're just like nodding their head. They're not quite getting what you're saying, but they're smiling at you and nodding your head. The agenda's got to be done by a very deliberate talk, and you're pausing. And 2 wonderful things happen. If they have questions about what you're going to do when they come to the house, they will ask them. But just as important, I'm giving you the opportunity to talk. So because I'm pausing, after I say things like, first thing we need to do is find out, exactly what you need and exactly what you want. Now, if we can't do that, we would be glad to recommend someone else. But suppose we can do what you need. We should have a sample of our product with you, plenty of pictures, and show you exactly how it's installed. Now, assuming you like that, we're going to take pictures. We'll take measurements. We'll quote your price. Sound helpful? Now, by pausing in there, I'm actually giving you the opportunity to talk. They like that. Now they're not feeling like they're talked at. So the first commitment is that we're obtaining a commitment to the problem, and that they will agree to us. We can come and give a price. The second one is a commitment to the agenda, which is, okay, let me tell you how we're going to give you that price. And you got people stopping you there. See, your people do this fast because they don't want to be stopped. They want to what? They want to set an appointment. Okay, does an appointment mean anything? No. See, it's actually the demo. The demo is cash to us. We know what a demo is worth because we know what percentage of those we're going to bring in, regardless of what your numbers are. So unless they're not listening to you, or they're brain dead or something, they understand something. You realize how long that you heard Dave do it? I guess we did it twice. They realize something. You're not just walking around the house. You're going to walk in the house, out of the house. You're going to spend about an hour there. They can figure that out. Not only that, they have to be engaged. And that's why some of them will stop you and say, I don't want to do that, especially price shoppers. And that's good. I want price shoppers to expose themselves. Self-select. Self-select. Raise your hand and tell me that's what you are, because that's how they're going to do. Well, before we spend all that, give me an idea. What's one of these tubs cost? Before you do that, give me an idea. What's a bow? Just, I'm not going to hold you to it. A bow. What's it going to cost to put that wonderful copper color on my roof? Third thing we do is we obtain a commitment to the amount of time. And by the way, the obtainment to the agenda was the question is, you're going to hear us do it again. Does that sound helpful? You got a problem? You want a price? Here's how we handle it. Does that sound like that would be helpful? Yes. Great. And then we set you up with a statement that says, that's really great. The purpose of coming by is to show you all your options and answer all your questions. Now, by doing that, we can give you a price to the dollar. Price is in writing. By the way, that price is going to be guaranteed for 1 full year. Good? Does that sound good? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there's 2 things we need. That's 90 minutes. And when you say to the person, to do that for you when we visit to take a look at your bath, we just need you to set aside 90 minutes, whether we need it or not. And you pause. A lot of them will say, okay. And if they don't, we prod them. Fair enough? Yes, great. Now the second thing we need, when I'm doing events, I'm actually doing this with my fingers. First thing we need, second thing we need is when we visit to discuss a project, we need all the owners of the property just to make sure we can answer all your questions, get you the price in writing. Now, obviously, that's you. Friend, family member, partner, spouse. You wait. A lot of them will say, okay, and they don't. I prod them. Easy enough? Now, you may get some resistance to that one. I'll be glad to handle that one during the questions. Fourth question is a commitment for the presence. We just did that. All the necessary parties. And the fifth one is to schedule it now. Now, this is kind of goofy. And this is, your people, again, your salespeople that work for you, unfortunately, have these defects in their brain. I mean, they're related to who they are. They're one of the reasons they're good closers, one of the reasons they're able to meet a stranger at a show and in 5 minutes set them up to have someone come to your house to talk about a metal roof when they weren't looking for a metal roof. So they're always, yes. So, and we need more of that. But the key is that they're always looking, because they can do that, they're always looking for a way to do something faster and easier, and they believe easier is better. So they will leave this part out. You have seduced this person. For the person walking by at a show, they know their roof is bad, they're not ready to do it. Now you got them coming, and they've said yes to 4 things. Now you got to make sure they mean it. And literally, this is what number 5 is. Actually, we take out our cell phone at the event, and we say, hey, great. Well, since that's all settled, let me go ahead and get the office on the phone, and I'm actually waving my phone in front of their face. Let me get the office on the phone. We'll get something scheduled right now, okay? And we break a cardinal rule of selling here. We actually are giving you the opportunity to say no. But here's why we're doing it. The second you hand this call off to that person on the phone with your inside sales center, you, the event person, you, the promoter, have given up all the control. And so the person on the phone that's 20 miles away or 100 miles away is not going to be able to do what you can do right in front. So the reason I'm doing this for you is I'm daring you to say, before we do this, and say, well, I don't want that. I'm sorry, would you rather have them say, I don't want to do this to you or to the person over the phone? Because the person over the phone is not going to be able to save it. You have the power to save it. So basically, it's speak now or forever hold your peace, because we're coming. And so I'm giving her one more chance. And sometimes it isn't that they don't want you to come and they're having a misgiving. They may want to drop this thing on you. We're probably not going to do this. And a lot of them are saying, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to feel beholden to you. And we have a wonderful way that we handle that. So I'm going to make you wait until we actually role play this for you. And just at the bottom, as I finish this section, if you look at this, there are 6 key principles to this methodology. And this is very simple. Focus on the customer's welfare. Tell them the truth. The reason we script our people is so we don't bore the crap out of the people that are visiting. Oh, that was on video. The reason that the number one way we focus on the customer's welfare is so that the person has a crafted message that is in the customer's best interest. We want to save them time. We want to get them the result they want. We want to control the direction, timing, and conditions of that conversation as well. Not the people, but we don't want to spend all this time using a $2,500 slot to go to a house if we don't have the chance to sell them. And that's not a whole lot to ask, and I don't ever have to apologize for that. They should think that the person they're talking to at the event is an expert. And that means we arm them. So they know if you're selling windows, you have to teach them what are all the problems a 20-year-old wood window has. And I can say, wow, I meet people with 20-year-old wood windows all the time. And, typically they don't open. They either don't open, they don't stay open. I mean, you got that, right? All your windows, some of your windows? Okay, all of them. Okay. So now notice, I didn't have to ask if you had the problem. Why? Because I teach my people that. Now they can look like an expert. But your danger now is we're going to show you what happens when they ask you an expert's question like, what do they cost? Now, I already did that one for you. We'll do it again. This is an emotional moment. I was doing something else. You stopped me talking about a roof. I know I need a roof. We're not ready. You have to convince them that now is the time to get that appointment. And goals by activity, we kind of talked about that at events. These are salespeople. These are goal-oriented people. If you want to make a lot of money, you got to teach them what an hour costs, why they have to do it faster, how to do it without telling a lie, without saying something that isn't true. It just doesn't make any sense because now this is a relay race. 4 people are going to touch this before you get this deal. Everyone's got to say and do the same thing. And that's what gets a lot of you into trouble, starting with the definitions of your words and with the scripts. So we're the company last week that's having trouble getting in on events leads. And you know why? They're complaining. This is the salespeople complaining that the promoters are working too hard selling people in the door for people that really don't want to buy their product. I'm sorry. It was all I could do. If I was the owner, all I could do, not just to get a baseball bat and start smashing stuff. Are you kidding me? You're complaining? Now, what was the problem? Here's the problem. My client has taught the promoters how to relax people and sell them on a demo. And they haven't taught their sales reps how to sell their way in the door when they get there. So when the people say to them, we told that girl, I mean, she was real nice, by the way, but we told that girl. We're not going to be doing this. Oh, no, but she was insistent. And then they're going to call up the office, and what are they going to say to you? Hey, they told her no. Oh, yeah, they told her no. By the way, they told the confirmer no. We just wanted to tool you and send you out there.